Some men rise by chance, some by chaos, but the rarest rise through order, through discipline so complete that even chaos bends before it. Darius the Great was that kind of man, not a conqueror by accident, not a leader by birthright. He was the architect of an empire. When Darius took the throne of Persia, the world was fractured. Cyrus the Great had built the empire, but after his death, rebellion spread like fire. Provinces revolted, generals fought for power. The empire that once ruled the known world stood on the edge of collapse. Most men would have fallen under that weight. But Darius understood a truth only builders grasp, that strength is not found in force, but in structure. He didn't rule through fear. He ruled through systems, through law, logic, and precision. Where others ruled through emotion, Darius ruled through clarity. He divided his empire into provinces, satrapies, each with its own governor, treasury, and military. He established a unified tax system. He standardized weights, currency, and trade. He built roads that stretched across continents, the Royal Road, connecting one of the largest empires in human history. He transformed chaos into order, disunity into machinery. That's the first lesson. Discipline multiplies power. One strong man can conquer, but only a disciplined system can endure. Darius didn't just build walls and laws, he built culture. He understood that people need a reason to believe in their empire. He restored faith, stability, and justice. He gave the world a model, a state so efficient that others copied it for centuries. Every decision was calculated, every reform precise, every move deliberate. He didn't chase glory like Alexander. He didn't rule through charisma like Cyrus. He ruled through structure, cold, deliberate, unstoppable. That's the second lesson. Emotion builds moments. Structure builds civilizations. When men think of power, they imagine conquest. But conquest is only the beginning. Real power is maintenance, the discipline to control what you've already won. Darius understood that control is the highest form of dominance. Control of resources, control of systems, control of self. He didn't waste time proving he was strong. He proved it by creating something no one else could destroy. That's the third lesson. Control beats chaos. Every time. Under Darius, Persia became more than an empire. It became a model of governance. Trade flowed like blood through veins. Armies moved with precision. Messages could cross the empire faster than anywhere else on Earth. He made Persia efficient. He made it immortal. Even when rebellions rose, his machine absorbed them. Even when enemies attacked, his systems endured. That's the fourth lesson. Order protects power when strength fades. Muscle weakens. Charisma dies. But systems survive. Darius also understood something deeper, that power demands vision beyond the moment. He built Persepolis, the city of kings. Not just a palace, but a symbol. Carved from stone and design, it reflected everything he believed: discipline, beauty, permanence. Persepolis was not built to impress, it was built to last. That's the fifth lesson. If what you build doesn't outlive you, you've built nothing. But Darius was not without flaws. Ambition always carries a shadow. When he marched to conquer Greece, his empire met resistance for the first time. At Marathon, his armies fell. But Darius did not collapse with them. He didn't hide from defeat. He studied it. He planned again. He left the campaign unfinished, but his systems, his empire, remained strong. That's the sixth lesson. Failure is temporary when your foundation is solid. A strong structure can survive any storm. What made Darius great was not his victories, but his precision. He proved that the greatest form of leadership is mastery over detail. He saw what others ignored, the chaos creeps in through cracks too small for warriors to notice. He closed every crack. That's why his empire stood for centuries. Not because of luck, but because of design. That's the seventh lesson. Greatness is built in the details no one else cares about. Darius didn't seek to be loved. He sought to be obeyed. But not out of fear, out of respect for his order. He didn't build by impulse. He built by blueprint. And that's what separates kings from dreamers. Dreamers imagine greatness. Builders structure it. That's the eighth lesson. Vision without discipline is fantasy. Every empire, every business, every life breaks down the same way, through disorder. Through emotion without control, through impulse without system. Darius's reign teaches the modern man this. You are not free until you control yourself. You are not powerful until your habits obey you. You are not a leader until your structure sustains others. The body, the mind, the world all respond to order. Chaos only wins when the disciplined man stops maintaining what he built. That's the ninth lesson. The empire collapses the moment you stop inspecting it. Darius the Great ruled not with noise, but with logic. Not with fear, but with structure. He left no empty monuments, only systems that outlived him. While others chased immortality in legend, he achieved it through design. That's the legacy of Darius the Great. He showed that chaos can build, but only order can sustain. That empires may be born in war, but they live through discipline. And that a man who controls his world must first control his mind. So build your empire, set your laws, discipline your habits, and never stop refining the structure that holds your power. Because order is not limitation. Order is strength, and strength, when perfected, becomes unstoppable.